What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I don't know if this is much of an update, but I saw this little headline here. It says Jamie Foxx's family provides promising health update as his acting future remains uncertain. This is off of Nikki Swift. I'll leave the link to the article down below. So we have not really heard much of anything when it comes to Jamie Foxx, other than he's in rehab. We don't know exactly what happened. He's okay, maybe not. He's all right. He's chilling. Like, all these things are just up in the air. And even though we're getting like these little breadcrumbs, it's still up in the air. We still don't know. He hasn't made a public appearance. Now, this is me just kind of stepping outside the box. I understand the whole process of wanting to be private, of wanting to heal privately, and I know that, I've healed from certain things and I've wanted to heal from them privately. Maybe not as dramatic, of course, as a medical emergency like this, but, I've dealt with some things in my life to where I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to pick up the phone. I didn't want to take pictures. I didn't want to go to events. I just wanted to be in my own bubble and just heal before I, allowed myself to just go out there and possibly be questioned or possibly have things be brought up to me, and I am not ready to respond to those things. So when it comes to Jamie Foxx, if in fact the truth is that he did have a stroke, you know, I know people who have had strokes, and with strokes comes sometimes being paralyzed, sometimes on one side of your body. If this is a man who, is known to be a certain way and he is not himself, I'm pretty sure it's not only a physical thing that he is going through, but also a mental and emotional thing. He's probably sitting there still trying to deal with what happened, whatever that may have been. Just mentally not being able to move properly, not being able to speak, possibly not being able to do things on his own. And, of course, I'm a woman, but as a man, I know men take pride in doing things on their own. Men take pride in doing things without help. And so somebody, who's a strong, it's Jamie Foxx, and you see him and you're like, man, that's a cool dude. He's strong. He's about his business. The fact that he needs help now, or he can't even speak, or maybe he even needs to be fed, I'm just thinking of like worst case scenarios. These things are all physical situations, but then the mental and emotional weight that comes with that, like, man, like, I can't do this on my own. I've never needed this type of help. I've never needed to rely on anybody, and not being able to just do things on your own takes an emotional toll on you. Maybe he's depressed, maybe he's going through, just going through the motions of it. You know what I'm saying? So being private and not being out there and not answering anybody, he probably just doesn't want the stress of being questioned. He doesn't want the stress of what comes with being an actor. At this point, he probably just wants to be Jamie Foxx. He probably just wants to be in the presence of his family and just heal and just close out the actor part of his life. And I get that us as fans, we want answers. We care about him. We love Jamie Foxx. We're huge fans of his work. We want answers. We want to know that he's okay, right? But we're not his family. I feel like we are not obligated. Like, who are you to need to know what's going on with him? Let this man heal privately if he has to. But then again, if you're going to give us breadcrumbs, you might as well just tell us what's going on, instead of giving us a few things here and there and, watering our mouths and not feeding us with the information that we're looking for, right? So that's just me thinking on both ends. But anyway, it says here, amid growing concerns for his health, Jamie Foxx's family has provided a new update about the actor. As a recap, Foxx, 55, was rushed to the hospital in April after suffering a medical emergency. We wanted to share that my father, Jamie Foxx, experienced a medical complication yesterday. The actor's oldest daughter Corinne shared in a statement at the time, according to page 6. Luckily, due to quick action and great care, he is already on his way to recovery. With many of his industry, and by the way, let me just point out that she also stated at one point that they both had some type of big announcement in the following week or so. That never happened, to my knowledge. Neither him nor her made any type of announcement that I know of. So if you guys know what announcement that was, please let me know. Moving on. With many of his industry colleagues and friends openly sending their well wishes, rumors soon started flying that the actor's condition was a lot more serious than his family had divulged. Responding to the speculation, Corinne took to social media, revealing that her father was out of the hospital. Quote, sad to see how the media runs wild. My dad has been out of the hospital for weeks recuperating, she wrote on her Instagram story back in May, according to People. Now, after a few weeks of radio silence, there's news from the Foxx camp, albeit not what many had hoped to hear. Though Corinne Foxx has yet to provide another update, another member of the actor's family recently confirmed to page 6 that Jamie Foxx is quote-unquote recovering well. A claim which was also seemingly backed up by Bruce Heckard, a close friend of the actor. Quote, so far from what I'm hearing, he's recovering pretty good, but I've not witnessed that myself, he told the publication. Despite the promising health update, however, Jamie's disappearance from the public eye has continued to raise concerns among his fans and colleagues in the industry. Notably, Jamie was absent at the red carpet premiere of They Cloned Tyrone, a new Netflix film that sees him acting alongside British-Nigerian actor John Boyega. When asked if he'd been in contact with Jamie, Boyega replied in the negative, no one has heard from Jamie. Boyega told Entertainment Tonight at the premiere, I wanted him to show up here, but I know he's dealing with what he's dealing with. I just wish him all the best. So nobody, not even his co-stars, nobody knows what's going on unless they do, and they've got sworn NDAs all over the place stating that they are not to talk about his condition, which I'm sure is possible in Hollywood, but I digress. But while the cast and crew of They Cloned Tyrone have moved forward with the promotions, the same cannot be said for the Back to Action, for the quote-unquote Back to Action, which is another film that Jamie Foxx was filming before his hospitalization. According to the Daily Mail, the movie, which brought Cameron Diaz out of retirement, has reportedly faced post-production setbacks amid Jamie's health situation. As Jamie continues to recover, many can't help but wonder what the future holds for his acting career. I guess time will tell. That's not much of an update, right? That is not much of an update. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's one thing when you want to deal with things privately. And then it's another when you're kind of giving us a little bit here and there. And even though, everyone has a right to deal with their own things in their own way, especially when it comes to actors and things like that. If you're a private person already by nature, I'm pretty sure something like this, you would want to definitely deal with behind closed doors without notifying anybody. And the best way to deal with that is to not tell anybody what's going on, right? And him not even wanting to see his friends, co-workers, any of his closest people that we know of. Like, nobody really knows anything at all. Nobody knows nothing. Unless they've had, conversations with people and they're just kind of keeping it under wraps. But, again, who are we to demand information about the way that somebody's dealing with stuff? But at the same time, if you're going to give us something, don't just give us little sprinkles of things here and there and just leave things up in the air. If you're going to give us something, just tell us how he's doing. Tell us what happened. Give us a little bit of peace of mind. If you're going to continue to sprinkle these in little bits of information and updates and things here and there, which isn't much anyway. But once again, I hope, I pray for the best for Jamie Foxx. I pray that he is doing well, that he's recovering well. Pray for a speedy recovery, whatever may have happened. And I do hope that we see him very soon and we get a legit update from him or anyone who can, tell us exactly what's going on. And if not, and until then, I continue to send my prayers over to him. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think, your thoughts. If you've heard anything new, let me know as well. If you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later.